see. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing.
Welcome back to our NBA preseason coverage here on 2K Sports. Today's the last day of the preseason. Opening day not too far away. We'll see the Indiana Pacers facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. You take a look at the Pacers. Still in the preseason, they look like they're finding an early rhythm. I know they hope to continue that throughout this long NBA season.
You know, looking good in the preseason is important because that gives you some momentum. And momentum leads to confidence. Confidence leads to more momentum. And those are the kind of building blocks you want to have getting ready and going into the regular season.
And they've won more than they've lost here. So, you know, that's a good thing. They can carry that momentum forward. And it doesn't automatically carry into the regular season. But if you put in the work and you continue to build that confidence, you'll be in good shape.
And now the opening lineup for Indiana, courtesy of State Farm. The front line, Danny Granger, David West, and Roy Hibbert. Hill and George, their man in the backcourt. And for the Cavaliers, Thompson at the 4 and Verjao at the 5. Irving and Waiters in the backcourt, and it's G in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Irving, following the miss by David West. Another shot. Granger with the bucket. Granger's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Pacers.
It's been no postseason action for Cleveland since LeBron James left. Overall, it seems the franchise goes on these spurts of making and not making the playoffs. I don't think they'll have to wait too long before getting back there, though. A lot of good young players in the Cavs system now.
Here's Hill, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. It's stolen by G. James it with authority.
That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Getting back, Clark, the way you said about Cleveland, postseason not a problem for them, but the franchise still looking for their first championship.
Well, they came close. Remember 2007, they made the finals, although they did get swept by San Antonio, but that was when LeBron James was around. And ever since the trade, or I should say the defection of LeBron, ultimately it was a sign and trade, but ever since LeBron left, they've been in rebuilding mode here in Cleveland.
Here's Waiters. Paul George making his last shot. Good. George has got his second bucket of the night.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Irving passes to Waiters. And Danny Granger gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Oh! Kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
Perhaps the biggest surprise of the NBA draft last summer was when the Cavs took Dion Waiters from Syracuse.
There was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
West, that's good.
Well, talking about Waiters, you know, he really skyrocketed up the charts in the draft, all the way up to the 4 spot with the Cavaliers, who wanted to upgrade their 2-guard position. And they just loved Waiters' ability to make plays, to use that strong body to get into the lane. He can shoot the ball. So pretty good fit next to Kyrie Irving, and they'll have a chance to grow together as a backcourt.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Leads him in there. Passes it to Waiters. Now the dish to Irving. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. 5th best, Roy Hibbert.
He made it extremely tough for his opponents because he contested every shot and swatted away more than his fair share of.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Zeller, who's checked in for Verejao. Samuels comes in for Tristan Thompson. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Alonzo G. And Daniel Gibson subbed in for Waiters. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Hibbert. Hansbrough comes in for David West. Green is checked in for Danny Granger. And DJ Augustine subbed in for George Hill.
Well, what's amazing with Irving, Kevin, is that from day one, he looked like he was a composed veteran when he came into this league. He only played 1 year of college, too, at Duke, which is just shocking. But he's just got the poise and the composure to be a really good point guard in this league for a long time.
What's interesting to me, Steve, is that Kyrie will never really get cold either throughout the course of a game. I mean, he's always finding ways to make contributions. A lot of that is his willingness to attack the basket and finish tough shots. The other part of it is his unselfishness.
Here's Jordan.
How about that basketball,
man? Beautiful.
Wow.
Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides. Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls. Look at Oklahoma City. Still in the preseason, they look like they're finding an early rhythm. I know they hope to continue that throughout this long NBA season.
You know, looking good in the preseason is important because that gives you some momentum. And momentum leads to confidence. Confidence leads to more momentum. And those are the kind of building blocks you want to have getting ready and going into the regular season.
And they've won more than they've lost here. So, you know, that's a good thing. They can carry that momentum forward. And it doesn't automatically carry into the regular season, but if you put in the work and you continue to build that confidence, you'll be in good shape.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha. And for the Bulls, their front court, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah in the middle. Rose and Rip Hamilton man the backcourt. It's Westbrook with the drive. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, for Russell Westbrook, last year a career high in field goal percentage and points per game. Just a devastating score, getting even better. And he can score in so many different ways. Transition, he can knock down the jumper, and he's a terrific offensive rebounder.
And you mentioned how well Westbrook scored last season. His assists did dip quite a bit.
But that wasn't just him. That was along with the team as a whole. The Thunder near the bottom of the league in assists because they've got great individual scores. They are able to get points without a lot of ball movement. Once they incorporate the ball movement and the sharing of the ball with those explosive. I think you're going to have something special.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. He knows one of the hardest parts on scoring against this defense has to do with their prolific shot blocker, Serge Ibaka. He told me he's one of those guys who can get in your head a little bit because he's so mobile. You often don't see him coming. And Kevin, you add in his great rebounding and ability to hit from mid-range, and he's always an X factor for them. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Rose kicks it to Noah. He's against Perkins. Goes up, and that one's good by Noah.
And with the Thunder, this is Scott Brooks' first head coaching opportunity, and there's no question he's made the most of it. He was Coach of the Year back in 2010, and that team has so much stability as an organization, but also as a coaching staff and as a roster. They seem to be getting better and better every year.
And here are the Bulls now. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And they won that game, guys, in large part because of the defense played by their bigs. They turned away more than their share of shots.
And I thought it got into the other guys' heads as the game went on. I mean, they weren't taking it to the basket nearly as aggressively.
That's turning good defense into quick offense, Clark.
And that's the way to operate. Get up the court quickly. Don't waste any time. Whenever you have a chance to go fast.
And for Coach Brooks, you really have to appreciate, Steve, the way he's gotten all the players to buy into being unselfish, that defensive first mentality.
Yeah, no question. And give the general manager credit, too, for putting together a group of guys who are high character and who already have that gene in them to really want the team to do well. Led, of course, by Kevin Durant, the superstar who is also the backbone of this club, Russell Westbrook as well. But Brooks deserves a lot of credit. He's put this together, and he's made it work. And
coming up, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers facing off against the Los Angeles Lakers. And with that, let's head on out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr.
On to the next one, 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 on to the next one.
Welcome, everyone. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, ready to bring you all the action along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. It's the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And here we go with a look at the State Farm starting lineups. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one, Kobe Bryant.
Well, the younger Kobe may have worn a different jersey number, may have been a little slimmer, but he shared a lot in common with the modern-day Kobe. The footwork, the shooting ability, the aggressive mindset, and the explosiveness to be able to score points in a hurry.
Yeah, he wasn't as lethal a finisher as he is today, and he'd twist and turn to get shots off. Very agile in the air. One more similarity, though. Once he gets it going, he immediately became hot. He still does that now.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. 6 to shoot. Here's Iverson, knocks down the jumper off the quick drop step. Now Fisher. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the Lakers head coach. He told me what has pleased him most about his team is how well they are playing together on the offensive end, saying it's playing together on the same page and functioning as a unit instead of as a group of individuals. It's something we hope we can continue. We'll see if that's the case, guys.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the information. I think, guys, it's not the first time that shooting has been a focus for this team.
Well, it's always something that they've tried to concentrate on. You work hard in practice.
Look out!
Call it hang time and bang time.
Unbelievable.
You got to just shake your head on that one.
Iverson outside. Passes it to Hill. And that's the devastating one-handed jam.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Well, those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
And here's Kobe for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And there's Iverson. That's good on the assist by Mutombo. Iverson's got his second basket of the night. McKee against Fisher. Check his screen on McKee. Fisher with the ball. Got a piece of it. Here's Shaq. Jams it straight down.
That was a nice, strong one-hand jam there.
Yeah, brought it back and ripped it down.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's nice.
The drive by Iverson. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant. The 76ers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one drops. Tigers check in for Mutombo.
Hey, you want to hear something funny, man? I had something I wanted to talk to you about, but it totally slipped my mind, man. I'll let you know when I remember what it was, man. Sorry about that.
No problem. Feel free to drop by when you remember what it was.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan in the booth, as always, with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Now a chance to check out our State Farm starting lineups. Hey, guys, taking a look here at Kyle Lowry. What will we see from him?
Well, Lowry is one of the scrappiest players in the game, Kevin. He's gotten to the point of being one of the best players at his position. And yet he still approaches the game with...
A chance now to go to Dorisburg, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
Well, guys, we spoke of just how good he thinks this team can be as a defensive unit. He said that's one thing he's proud of his guys for, is how they rarely get caught out of position on an assignment, saying, if you play against us, you will earn every point.
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
I don't know, Kevin. I'm not sure they should be more focused on their opponent than they are on themselves.
That is sort of the way it sounds, Steve, but still, I don't think a defense-first mindset is ever a bad thing.
You know, a lot of people predicted that the Mavericks' defense would really collapse without Tyson Chandler last year after he left for New York as a free agent. But their defensive numbers were solid. They were really good. So the structure and the foundation that Rick Carlisle has built has been able to withstand some of those personnel losses.
He feeds it to Clayson. From the wing, the Mavericks pull it in, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, they did everything well in that game. Solid across the board, particularly at the offensive end.
Yeah, the definition of teamwork, Steve. Communication, passing, catching cleanly. They work extremely well together all game long.
Well, you look at the stats for the Mavs, Steve, and Dallas, the second-best team in the West when it came to opponent's field goal percentage. Mark, that's a very good mark for them.
Excellent mark, Kevin, and they've come a real long way from when the Mavericks were viewed as a team that only scores and doesn't really play any D. Rick Carlisle, one of the outstanding coaches in the league, really helped reshape them.
And as Steve said, that's including losing Chandler.
Yeah.
You know, they were able to still play good D.
That's right.
Here comes Darren Collison. Here's the natural. And no good trying to get that one. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter.
22. Tune in next Sunday. LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Rudy Gay and the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the real deal.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Last outing for Toronto, unsuccessful. It was a loss to Oklahoma City.
Overall, offensively, it was not pretty for them in that game. Obviously, Clark, I guess when you look at the final score, that's pretty clear.
Yeah, they had to be extremely frustrated by their effort, or lack thereof, at the offensive end of the floor. It just wasn't there.
So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Davis. John Lucas out there with Terrence Ross. Then it's Clayson. The Mavericks pull it in. Marion's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And probably looking forward to getting this season series underway, because last year it was a total walkover for them.
Lucas the pass to Clayson.